The Souls genre of games often has a lot of different weapons. Throughout the years, I haven't really used a lot of them. So today I want to start my challenge to complete the game Dark Souls 3 with every single weapon in the game. But today, it's Dagger time. Now we have an issue immediately before we even start the game. I can't spawn in with a lot of these weapons. So what I did is I went to the internet and looked up how I could spawn in weapons. I downloaded a simple cheat engine script and now I can just spawn in my weapons. The dagger is the basic white gullet Starbucks of daggers. Nothing special, it's just a dagger. It attacks fast, does low damage and has no range at all. But it does have a surprising amount of repulse damage. All in all, when playing this game with this weapon, the main issue was just the range. It was very nice not having to worry about my stamina because it consumed basically nothing. I had a very fun time playing with this dagger, I would recommend it. A solid B tier. This is the first weapon which I don't have the required stats for when I start out. So my fight against Gandu lasted 5 minutes because a normal attack did 3 damage. For context, my fucking fist does more damage. Literally my bare fist. I mixed in some parries of course since, this is the parrying dagger and these are the grand total of 56 damage. So you could say the fight took some time. Why does it end up on the tier list, you might be wondering. I'm giving it C tier because it does less damage and the weapon art isn't cool enough in my opinion. But it's still a cool and fun weapon to use. We are back to a weapon I can actually use from the start. The Mailbreaker. This is a dagger that does more damage and has a bit more range, so it's basically an upgraded version of the dagger. You already know it's gonna be a good time with this weapon. I killed every single thing that even came close to me. Hey, yo, what is this? Don't show that footage, that's embarrassing. Hey, fucking stop that shit. Who did I hire to edit this shit? Oh wait, it's me at the moment. I'm trying to be funny, cause I want to die. Yep. Okay, now that's over. It's a great weapon, I like it. I'll give it an A tier. The Bandit's Knife is the first weapon I actually start with. There's no other weapons I start with, just thought I would point it out. There was no reason for starting with the Thief except for it being the class that spawns with a dagger. This is also the first one I did in one sitting, only take an hour and 50 minutes of my day, so I like it already. The damage is above average, but quite low scaling, so it does have a bleed proc which I never actually saw, so I'm not going to take that into consideration. I had a pretty good time with this one, no real issues ensured during this run. The weapon art is just a quick step, which is a good weapon art, but it's a bit basic. So all things considered, I like the Bandit's Knife and it was fun. A solid A tier for this one. This is a funny ass weapon, because it can inflict poison upon my enemies. So of course I liked it. Maybe because I just, like poisoning innocent creatures. Like my favorite historian ever called A, this little dagger has almost as much toxicity as the League of Legends community. And I can say that, because I used to be in that. Apart from this thing looking like a shriveled up penis, it's amazing. And I'm not saying that to boost my confidence. It's a B tier. The Corvin Great Knife is hilarious. It's basically a sword, but it's still a dagger, with the range of a sword, but the moveset of a dagger. So it's a dagger that's a sword. So if you think about it, it's basically an imposter. No, but honestly, I like the concept of this thing, but being a quote-unquote, dagger. But it doesn't really feel that nice to use, almost like being catfished. Imagine you get this fine-ass girl, look at her, she's fine as fuck, and then she turns out to be like this. You wouldn't be happy now, would you? So since this thing made me think of Among Us and being catfished, it gets a D tier. And we've officially made it to hell. This thing sucks. It's a low damage, no range, having piece of shit that doesn't deserve a place in this earth, like my system. It has this kind of cool thing added onto it that gives you like fucking focus points back by punching shit, so I guess it's cool, but nah. I would have honestly rather play this game with just my fists, cause then I wouldn't have expectations of actually being able to do shit. A handmaid can have this bitch bag and fuck off, maybe hit her head a couple of times. You might be able to guess this, but never ever touch this shit, please. Yeah, that's the tier. Never touch it. And we are staying in hell. This is just a piece of shit. Doesn't have any scaling worth to talk about. Has no base damage, you cannot fuse this thing and needs 16 faith to be able to swing this fucking edging ass candle. It's a fucking candle. Why do I need 16 faith? It's what? In what world? I mean Dark Souls, but you know what I mean. It does boot sorceries, but it's not like I'm using those to get an advantage out of it. So it was fun. No, I'm kidding. It was not fun. It was fucking dreadful. You should never ever use this shit. Maybe just hold it in your offense so your spells do extra damage, but that's about it. Never fucking use it. Thank you. This is getting better now. This is an actual weapon, and a quite fun one to use actually. And this is just because of the weapon art. This little thing can do this. I mean, that's just fucking cool. Apart from this, it has okay damage, but does require you to use Titanite skills. So that's a bit fucked, because I don't like that at all. Just give me my normal Titanite, please. It also has no real scaling, so base is all you're gonna get, but I guess that's okay. This thing was kind of fun, low damage, but the weapon art made up for it, so I don't mind. This sits comfortably at a B tier, in my opinion, and that's the only one that matters, so fuck you. This is a great fucking weapon. It does high amounts of damage, has a fun moveset, ability to bleed, low stamina usage, but of course, no range at all, as is customary with daggers, so I'm not gonna blame it. The scaling on this bitch is great, and A scaling on decks when I'm used to a D and a C from previous daggers felt awesome. I had a great time with this son of a bitch, almost making me think about my Self Sword Twin Blades. Dang, I miss those. So, S tier, definitely, no doubt in my mind. The Harp is a scythe-esque weapon that does decent damage if you squint your eyes a bit. The base damage is abysmal, but it does have an S scaling on dex if you give it a sharp infusion. So in the end I did pretty decent damage. I didn't hit like a truck or anything, but maybe like a Fiat 500. The real thing that is starting to annoy me though is the fact that this thing had a quick step weapon art, and I'm getting tired of it. It isn't fair to put it on this dagger in particular, but I don't care, so fuck this shit. I'm just gonna give it a C tier, put it down there, hopefully forget about it, because, yeah. I fucking love this weapon. This little dagger has a little secret. It can turn into a fucking straight sword. The weapon art is me doing a little flip loop and turning it into a crystal straight sword. How doesn't that just sound fucking amazing? It needs to be upgraded with Twinkling Titanite and has no scaling of nodes, but I don't care, because it's fucking cool. I honestly want to play again with this thing, because, you know, it's fucking cool, like the flip loop, and then it turns into a fucking sword. How doesn't that just sound fucking cool? I fucking love this thing. If you didn't notice by me sucking this weapon's cock, it's an easy S tier. Even the top of S tier. And if you don't agree with me, just use it. It's so fucking cool. Honestly, just use it once and you're probably gonna be sold on this thing. It's not the best weapon, but it's fucking cool. And that's all I care about at the moment. So, yeah. You gotta kinda live with it, I guess. This is the Harp, but someone decided to take a dark shit on it and now it does dark damage. That's video game logic for you. Another boring ass weapon art and not a great damage. A scaling, but you know it's just the Harp is shit. I'm not impressed. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You need 11 intelligence and 11 fate to use a shit covered scythe. Makes fucking sense, right? Never touch this bitch. It's awful. Dumb. Uneventful. Uninspiring. Lazy. Yeah. So yeah, that was an experience. Subscribe or something, yeah. Like and shit. Maybe cuss me out in the comments. Yeah, no, actually insult me in the comments. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.